Hey guys, Sam from TheBetaNetwork here, and have you ever thought to yourself, movie tie-in games are terrible? Well, I know I have, because let's be real, they do have a reputation of being absolutely dreadful. A lot of the time, they feel like they've just been made to capitalize on the popularity of an established film or franchise, and thus leaving it feeling like a massive cash grab. But surely somewhere there is a good game based off a film, isn't there? Well, in this video, I've grabbed together a bunch of tie-in games and we're going to go through them to see if they are any good and if this genre of movie tie-in games can truly be redeemed. This video was made possible by Cosmic Dust. Stick around to the end to find out more. First up is Enter the Matrix. This is a game that is featured on countless worst movie tie-in games lists, as well as best movie tie-in games lists. So to say that it has had a mixed reception is no understatement. So we'll try it on PC first, and honestly, I don't know how I'm supposed to pick an option with this kind of mouse sensitivity. Anyway, we try and select normal, and we head in. Man, oh man, is this game difficult to play without a controller. This was way back before the time when controllers could be used for almost every PC game. The console version of this game is definitely the way to go here. Enter the Matrix feels a little rough to return to, but is still really entertaining. The lightning quick hand-to-hand combat feels great, and dodging bullets looks awesome. I'm sure this won't be the last time we'll see that happen. I honestly don't understand how it could be considered by some as a terrible movie tie-in, let alone one of the worst of all time. Admittedly though, this vehicle section is pretty bad. So Enter the Matrix, whilst not being directly based on any of the Matrix films, is a nice companion piece to Matrix Reloaded. It even features some original footage that was written and directed by the Wachowskis.
Captain Niobe, my crew and I appreciate what you did for us back there.
How is he?
He's alive. Happy to be alive.
All in all, Enter the Matrix is still worth playing through, even if it has aged a fair bit. SpiderMan II, the supposed pinnacle of movie tie-ins. It's well known how much praise this game has received for its innovation. So let's dive in. Okay, this is terrible. This is not what I remember at all. Did you know that Spider-Man's web swinging only works on specific walls? Cause I sure didn't. Gee, that combat feels awful. You just click one button and you have to aim with the mouse. Web zipping is difficult because I'm trying to web zip up onto this building, can't. There we go. And I get stuck. Good work, Spider-Man. Oh, this is... I need a refund. Okay, I'll be serious now. That was my first time playing the PC version, and we know it is the wrong version to play. We all know that it was Spider-Man on the PS2, which has such critical acclaim. I just don't understand why they made such a garbage version for the PC. So let's turn on the PS2 and get into that instead. It's time for me to name our hero, and I can only think of one name, and that is Sticky, because, you know, he crawls up walls and sticks. Now that's more like it. Swinging freely around the city, enjoying the nightlife. Man, this game was so much fun. Spider-Man 2 really is a fantastic game for its time, giving you an open city to explore with many different crime events to tackle, interesting sights to see, and many balloons to catch.
Get a job!
Jeez, kid, stop crying and learn how to hold a balloon!
Be good now. What do we say?
Yay, balloon!
Combat is also fun, being able to launch enemies into the air and pummel them over and over again, even once they're unconscious for some reason. I told you we'd see this again! The story closely mirrors the film, with some great additions to see more of Spider-Man's villains. But you can't just speed through it because the game encourages you to explore the city by giving you missions that require you to earn hero points through side quests, world events, and taking down criminal hideouts. This is by no means a negative point, as it just helps to fill out the game with some more good old superhero fun. Overall, Spider-Man 2 has been absolutely great to revisit, even if the swinging is a little more stiff than I remember.
Spidey, you the man!
But, with all that said and done, in this game, you can't play as Green Goblin. So obviously, it's terrible.
Can Spider-Man come out to play?
Who else remembers this little gem on the PS2 and original Xbox? Revenge of the Sith was released on the 5th of May 2005, a whole 2 weeks before the film. The game follows the plot of the movie almost note for note, but does add some extra content to the mix by turning into a Jedi slaughter simulator, because that's what we've always dreamed of, right? Hold on a second, did Anakin seriously just kill that Jedi Knight with fairy dust?
I know how to make it warmer.
At least Anakin is still not a Jedi Master. Wait, what? So you're telling me that the only way for him to become a Jedi Master is by taking out all the other Jedi? Huh, that makes sense actually. Revenge of the Sith is actually pretty good, offering a variety of levels that are entertaining to play through. Cutting up droids like they're nothing is really satisfying. However, the duels are where this game truly shines. Each lightsaber fight felt unique and most of them took several attempts to beat. However, it still can't escape the common Star Wars game issue, which is the lightsabers still feel like glorified baseball bats. But the gameplay is still really awesome, so I'll let this one slide. Let's just hope that this isn't a trend that continues in modern Star Wars.
I got it.
Revenge of the Sith is another example of tie-ins that just seem to get it right. It even has an alternative ending to the film. This game is still heaps of fun and is one of the few on this list that actually didn't age too badly. On the topic of the big-eared rat, when talking about Disney, Atlantis: The Lost Empire probably won't be the first film that comes to mind. Whether it be that elephant with the floppy ears, the lion with daddy issues, or all of these women. Yes, back in the day when Grandfather Walt thought the only thing women ever needed was a man. As well as these two, these annoying, overbearing, uninteresting brats. No, I don't want to build a snowman. Anyway, despite having Disney's name tied to it, Atlantis really struggled to perform in theaters, with Disney staff even admitting that it was a failure. It seems that they were expecting Atlantis to be their next big hit, because like many other movie tie-ins at the time, Disney's Atlantis: The Lost Empire released almost a whole month before the film's premiere. Imagine doing that with a popular film franchise these days. So how does it fare against its underwhelming counterpart? Pretty well actually. The game drops you straight into the expedition, with just a short stopover at Whitmore's mansion for a quick tutorial. Thankfully, the devs made the smart choice of skipping the first part of the movie, meaning we didn't have to sit through the dry and uninteresting stuff. Each level is fairly linear, with enough room for a bit of exploration. Each character feels quite unique and interesting to use, except for Mole. Don't use Mole.
Who knows what's hiding?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to
Another
use
team
Mole.
member has
Oh,
the
no.
right equipment for this. Oh, shit.
Lord, give me strength.
Gameplay is very simplistic, feeling similar to many of the other 3D adventure platformers at the time. This is also not the best looking game on the PS1. Milo, please stop looking at me like that. You're making me feel uncomfortable. But all in all, is a fair bit of fun. There is a variety of level types, switching between vehicle sections and platforming sections, which helps keep things fresh. There really isn't much more to say here, it's still very enjoyable today, even with the dated aesthetics as well as the characters occasionally feeling like they're performing Disney on Ice. We've had a look at Disney, so now let's trudge through DreamWorks swamps to see what comes jumping out.
Oh, come on now, Shrek. It can't be that bad.
Well, that was something. Shrek the Third is arguably one of the most forgettable entries in the series. It's another case of, he's an ogre, he's not like us, and then Shrek spending the rest of the film slowly showing that ogres are people too. And they made a game about it. This game seemed to only be made as a cash grab, and yes, I know that technically we could say that about most movie games, but this one in particular truly feels like it. Releasing in a time when kids were begging their parents to buy anything that the puffy green thumb was pasted on, even this. Is that a bit of Shrek inside the Twinkie? I think I'm gonna be sick. It was impossible to escape the franchise no matter how hard you tried. So what do we do in Shrek the Third?
Got him!
We punch, kick, punch some more, and indeed, we do more punching. At this point, I'm not even going to pretend that this is remotely enjoyable. It's filled with bland scenery, repetitive enemies, cutscenes that are... cutscenes.
I'll miss you, Shrek.
Oh, I'll be back in no time.
There's something I need to tell you.
Well, can it wait till I get back?
No,
What was that? One more time.
Shrek,
What?
Don't you get it, Shrek? You're gonna be a daddy!
Santa Maria!
It really just doesn't seem to even try to be interesting. Shrek 2 at least lets you and 3 friends play through the whole adventure together, whereas here, there is none of that. Play Ships Ahoy and 5 other fun multiplayer minigames. Oh wow, thanks game! I get 6 whole fun minigames to play with friends? Even the box isn't trying to sell you on this game. Defeat the evil trees? What did the trees do? Why are they evil? This seems really, really generic. Honestly, this is the exact type of game that would make many think that all movie tie-ins are bad. It's not fun, it's not at all exciting, and the voice actors... well, I'll just let you make your own judgment.
To interrupt a cat's dinner is to invite disaster. Hang down!
Look, Shrek, our crew is all ready to go. I'm gonna go get me a deck chair and one of those drinks with a little umbrella in it.
We don't have a crew, donkey. They're trying to steal our boat.
This last entry that we're looking at today already seemed doomed from the start. We all know the negative stigma about games made around movies, as well as movies made around games. Well, how about games made about movies that are made about games? I am indeed talking about Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
The staff meeting is now in session. New business.
Released a whole year after its cinematic counterpart, this arcade game should have been an absolute failure. But somehow in Japan, it gained some popularity. Then Capcom decided that due to the mild success of the arcade game, that they would publish a console version. And this is where everything fell apart. Not only did Street Fighter the movie feel much more stiff than its predecessors, the character redesigns, which were just digitized versions of the film's actors, looked really bland at best, and the sometimes downright ugly backgrounds just made the visual design even worse. At least we get some random people on the sidelines watching these fights take place. But seriously though, what's up with this guy? Does he need to go to the doctor? Also, there is a story. I'm gonna kick Bison's butt so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it.
And I'm going to kick that son of a Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
I'm sure you will, Gilly. I'm sure you will.
You lose!
How's his name pronounced, by the way? Is it Gilly? Guile? Guile? Gil?
CQ, this is Guile.
Ah, Guile.
Are you man enough to fight with me?
Anyone who opposes me will be destroyed.
Connor, you can't!
Oh yes, I can.
And look at Cammy's talking animation. Isn't it wonderful? There's not much more to say here. It's Street Fighter, but with elements of the movie. Moving on. So are movie tie-in games really as bad as they seem? Well, no. Don't get me wrong, some of them are downright awful, but it seems that they are just a really mixed bag for the most part. It's no surprise that as a result, movie tie-ins have taken the back seat for most developers. Now it's just a bunch of remakes and remasters. But we'll be talking about that in a future video, so make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell. That way you're up to date on all our latest news and reviews. Thanks to Cosmic Dust for sponsoring today's video. Cosmic Dust is the latest innovation in gaming support supplements. Their vitamin-based power-up drink Extrasys has been made to help you get that extra stamina and focus for those long streaming sessions, whilst Flow Zone has been created to help boost awareness and consciousness for those intense competitive matches. Click the link in the description to check out their full range of gamer-friendly products. Not only will you get some awesome stuff, but you will be helping to support our channel in the process.